What's up, everyone? And in today's video, we're going to talk about credit and credit cards and what you need to know and why it's important. Every single thing I create is meant to produce the most meaningful contribution that I can deliver. I want to give people that glad-hearted certainty that comes when life is wisely navigated so that people flourish in every possible way. So folks, this is by far one of the most important prerequisites, because if you don't have credit, then you won't be borrowing money. And if you can't borrow money, then you won't be able to invest in real estate unless you yourself have more than sufficient money and you don't need someone else's money to invest into buying real estate. So in today's video, we're going to talk about some serious facts when it comes to credit, the most important ones when it comes to credit. If you think you already know everything you need to know about credit, then please just wait until the end. Make sure you watch until the end, because I'm going to share some things with you that you probably haven't thought about before. So make sure you watch till the end. Oh, and for some of you international investors that want to use cash and cash only, it is very important to consider, I'm just going to say consider, stop using cash. Almost every place now takes credit cards. And so let's get to the first one, right in transition to what I just said. Number one, here's the first tip. Don't use cash or debit if you can use credit. And I know I'm going against a lot of people's perspective, probably one or two gurus in particular. But let me tell you the reason why I think it's helpful for you to consider not using cash or debit, but use credit. When you do use cash, you lose merchant protection, extended warranties, you lose fraud protections, additionally cash back rewards. The problem is that debit cards and cash takes money right out of your pocket. And if there is a problem or there is fraud or there's any issue with a credit card, they will go to work for you and they will dispute. They will even freeze the money and they won't charge you for it until that dispute is taken care of. And usually they solve it and it doesn't cost you anything. If you dispute, you don't generally have to pay the balance because it's deemed to be fraudulent or in a dispute until the dispute is resolved. And usually they side with the card holder. If you get scammed using cash or debit card, guess what? That money is gone, folks. It's one of the reasons real estate is solid, because you can't get into my real estate account and steal my real estate. But as a part of this, I recommend that you leave your debit card and your cash at home and you consider using credit cards simply because of the added protection and advantage that it gives you. Now, if you are undisciplined and you can't have a credit card because you don't know how to stop spending, then maybe number one is not for you. But if you are disciplined, or I would say if you can cultivate the discipline, you're going to be more protected and you're going to have greater leverage. Okay. Number two, if you don't have a credit card, open one. On your 18th birthday, you can get one. You have to start with what's called a secured card, meaning that you have a balance in the bank account that the card is secured to with the balance. But you can then use this card. You can spend it, then pay it off, and start building a credit profile. Additionally, get a credit card that offers you cash back. Most of you are better off getting cash back card like the Citi 2% card and use that for all of your purchases. I do with all of my purchases, but purchasers, because I'm getting so much cash back, right? If I were using cash, I'd lose that 2%. Number three, pay this card off twice a month. This way you can never be late. Get into the habit of paying things on time and even going so far as to paying them twice a month, not once a month. Don't carry balances on credit card. It's a bad idea. Keep your life uber simple, everyone. Balances will hurt you when you have to pay off a loan. Don't juggle debt, especially credit card debt. If you're late, as long as you aren't past 30 days late, you're usually good to go. Just call the bank if you are. Tell them there's a mistake, you're paying, blah, blah, blah. It's not going to affect you. Now, number four, if you're looking at credit score, a 740 credit score is really all you need. If you have an 800 score or a 760 score or a 780 score, kudos to you. That's amazing. But when you're looking at getting financing for real estate, banks really aren't requiring anything additional than 740 to get you the very best loan and terms. Anything over than 740, it's really not going to do any difference. You just need 740. Anytime you go below this, you're going to get less than an advantageous interest rate, but you can get a loan as long as you have a 680 credit score as of now, December 4th, 2020. Number 5, I'd recommend you consider freezing your credit. You can Google on how to do this. If you want to know how to do this, just YouTube this. There's plenty of videos on exactly how to freeze your credit. It's also important to make sure that you have identity theft protection. I'm a huge believer in this. It's a reason why I am a member of Identity Shield, not Idea Shield, Identity Shield and Legal Shield. If you want to know more about those products, I'm a huge believer. I'm a participant and a member now. I think it's really important because an identity theft can really set you back, and that's not what you want. Number 6, keep your card utilization low. Your card utilization, that's what I'm talking about. This is important for any unsecured debt. You want to keep your usage under 30% of your maximum balance. Anything over 30% is going to begin affecting your credit score because you're pulling out more debt and it's getting closer to the overall max balance. And credit card companies don't like seeing that, okay? Number 7, and this is the last one, don't churn through credit cards. I don't recommend that you go through cards over and over and over again just to try and get a better balance or better terms. I would just recommend you educate yourself a little bit more on investing. Pick the best card for you. Again, this is not the video to help you understand what the best cards are. There's plenty of those on YouTube. You can Google it, but be careful churning through credit cards because the longer you have credit cards and you just keep paying them off, it's going to positively affect your overall credit score. There you have it, folks. Simple and sweet. My brief expose here on credit and credit cards. I hope you like it. Hope it helps. Happy implementing. Take care.